A pretty solid feature, an optional 1000 watt battery or 25 amps. Get it on the charger, see how long it takes to full charge, and get this thing fully assembled. So I just got the bike fully assembled, and check her out. She's pretty solid. Is it cheap? Is it solid? Well, I think you're getting exactly what you pay for as far as the price tag to build quality on this bike. Once all the bolts are like tightened together, seems pretty solid, but we're gonna find out here shortly. And the bike currently has 0 miles on it. We're gonna basically see how far the battery goes, how fast the bike is. I'm not sure if it's a class 1 or class 2 e-bike. Hopefully it goes 30 miles an hour because we're going to be doing the road raging. So number 5 is the strongest. Now let's see how fast it goes. "22. As far as the power numbers go on this bike is a little bit confusing because I wasn't completely sure if it's class 1, class 2, or class 3 e-bike. There's a whole bunch of regulations out there in the world. Every country has its own one. So the R002 basically tops out at about 22 miles an hour. And I think that's about 35 kilometers an hour if you're a metric person. So this would put it in the class 2 e-bike thing, I do believe, but I did a quick Google search, so check this out. After a couple hours riding, I was a little bit frustrated by the 22 mile an hour speed cap. So I dug in on the Google search and discovered we have P1 and P2, and that kind of changes the way the motor delivers power, whether it's pedal assist or purely throttle. To unlock this into class 3, it's a simple app. This bike comes in 2 different battery variations. This is the long range 25 amp hours, 1000 watts. So the rest of the day I'm going to try to kill this battery and see how many miles it gets. Mid-ride, I changed this back into the P1 setting because I personally found this bike better in a more throttle-oriented style rather than pedal assist, more or less because of the seating position. Okay, so I was just riding along and definitely hit some bumps. So it is a full suspension bike. Oh my gosh. It's obviously not a mountain bike, but there is a little bit of squish on this thing, and it can do some off-road paths pretty effectively. So after a little bit of urban exploring and unable to dent the large battery in this bike, we got some uphills. So that's the only way we're gonna get down through some of the battery because that thing is huge. The long range variant of this with its 1000 watt hour battery will never leave you stranded if you ride on flat terrain. As soon as you start going uphill, I did murder into about 50% of the battery, so always get a larger battery if you can't afford it, because in the long run, it will definitely pay for itself. So let's do some off-roading on this bike because technically it is full suspension. So I've had the bike for about a week. The first day was definitely the funnest. Massive urban day of exploring with its massive 1000 watt battery, but not everything's perfect. So let's talk about pros and cons. So the bike is not particularly friendly to pedal. As you can see, it's more or less like a moped or a motorcycle seat. They put the pedals on there, so if you have an emergency or it bypasses any regulations for insurance registrations, I have no idea. I am a massive fan of those tires. For one, high volume, wide, basically acts like suspension, as you saw earlier in the video. Very effective suspension in those little tires. The fact that they're very small diameter means they brake super good. So the brakes actually feel pretty powerful in this bike, even though they're only single piston. Just to put this into perspective, check out how big a 29-inch wheel is. So these big wheels are harder to slow down. So I think it's a good choice as far as the wheel sizes go. This video was sponsored by TST. They did send me the bike for free, but I got a whole playlist here of commuter bikes from other brands and TST as well.